I'm Sid, and these are my best friends. My mom, Kim, my dad, Ty, my sister, Maddie, and our salty dog, Stella. We started our adventure refitting a Lagoon 450 before taking on the massive project of resurrecting a sunken 2021 Leopard 50. It's been one heck of a ride, but we're on this adventure to die with memories, not dreams, and live dauntless.
Today is kind of an exciting day for a couple of reasons. Number one, today is March 30th, 2024. The reason this day is significant is because today is Ty's birthday. Yay! He is, are you gonna say how old you are?
Yeah, 48.
He's 48 today. So, happy birthday to Ty. But also, the other significance for today is today, 3 years ago, we wired the money to buy this Leopard 50 that we're standing on right now.
Seems like yesterday.
Happy birthday to Ty, because he got a boat for his birthday. But also...
No, he got a boat project.
Yeah, he got a boat project, That's true. So this week, we just wanted to share quickly something, it's a little something that Ty wanted to do. He is constantly in need of a project. Not that there's any shortage on this boat, but he wanted to do something today. And so we did one project, or we're doing one project. What are you doing?
I'm using this hammer to break out the old tender lift control, because I have a new one. And my new switches are going today, so you can actually sit out here, push the button, and the lift does what it's supposed to do. So maybe I can go for a ride on the dinghy this afternoon for my birthday.
His choice. I did not make him do this, by the way.
Liar.
Shut up. Oh my God. So he is taking this old damaged box out and then, yay, putting in all new stuff.
Done taking shit apart.
This is kind of violent. Ta-da!
Huzzah! All right, I'll be back next week.
No, we're not leaving open holes in my boat. Gosh bless. Oop. Look at that.
I'm gonna cut the openings in the back for the new switches and then in the shade. And then I'll come back and seeker this guy in and screw it in place.
There's a slight change in wardrobe, which means we're on a new day. And this week, we want to do something a little bit different. So we're gonna attack some projects this week that are quick, we hope, in and out. So we're finishing up this dinghy project, or the lift platform project, doing the limit switches now and the new up and down switches, and getting it all set so that we're ready to drop this dinghy whenever we want to. So let's go and see where Ty's at, and then after we're done with this, we'll move on to the next project.
All right, so to give you a little bit of background, as simple as possible without making this boring, Robertson & Kane builds this super sophisticated tender lift control system that uses resistance across wires to determine how fast everything's pulling up and blah, 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 so it all comes up in its level. Well, because it sank, we're not replacing that system, and it's complicated and people don't like it. Sorry, guys. Sorry, Robertson & Kane. It's a shitty system. So we're going to make a better system.
It's an undesirable system.
Whatever.
It may not be a shitty system. It's just not desirable for most cruisers.
If you have one of these boats and you think it's not a shitty system, you can comment below and say it's undesirable, but I think it's a shitty system. I love the boat. I hate this system. So the way I'm going to fix that is... the only pieces of equipment I left in were these plungers. So when the lift comes up, there's a stainless steel plunger with a big disc on the bottom of it. So when the lift comes up, when the lift comes up, it pushes this plunger up. Now on the inside, there was a laser inside of a big aluminum box, and when it broke the laser, it told the lift to shut off, and that's how you knew that it was in the park position. Well, we don't have all of that, so I left the boxes but cut all the wires out, and I'm going to use one of these guys. Now, this is a waterproof micro switch, and I have currently field engineered and modified it to be a 90-degree angle. It was supposed to be straight. So I am going to 3D print a clamp that goes on the outside of the sensor box, which I'll show you here in a second. That will then hold this micro switch, so as the plunger comes up, it's going to hit this, and it will tell the switch through these wires to cut electricity to the contactors which lift the motors, and everything should stop. Park position is super important at within, what do you think, Kim? Like an eighth of an inch, quarter of an inch?
Very finite control.
It's very finite control because there's a red handle that's down here, and you basically, as the lift comes up, there's tubes on the lift that come up and line up with pins in the boat. This mechanical handle closes, draws pins inside of the lift tubes, and that makes the lift a structural mechanical part of the boat. So we have to come up so that we line up and go exactly in the right spot. Does that make sense?
I got it.
Yeah, perfect. So I am just coming down and measuring to the height, so I know how high to make this little 3D printed part to hold this switch so it doesn't interfere with any of the other mechanical stuff that's down there. Let me show you. This is the switch, and this little deal pulls up right here. So this bolt lifts up in the air. This little baby switch is going to be mounted just like so that when it comes up, it kicks that switch and turns it off. So I am building a box that goes around here that will clamp to here and hold the micro switch in the exact right spot. If that makes any sense. I think it'll make more sense once you see it go in.
Kids only meaning to boat yoga. This is the stretchy kind.
What are you doing up there?
Well, I am going ahead of Madison and running zip ties. I can't see this one.
What are you doing up here, Mads?
I am running the wire and LED lights so that we can have light in the salon.
Nice.
So I've been working on the limit switch scenario for the tender lift. And what I was describing before, you could kind of see this inside the transom of the boat. This is the factory installed sensor. And I believe there's some sort of a hole in the middle of this plunger, and this plunger runs up and down like so. This is screwed in through the bottom of the boat with 2 Allen head screws that hold this sensor in place. And I've made a couple iterations of this guy. The first iteration looked like this, and it was intended to kind of go over the side of this deal here, and then the sensor would go in here and the arm would reach out, so when this pushed up it would trip, but my dimensions weren't right. So the new version looks like this. So this is intended, and I haven't sanded or dressed this up yet, and I made the tolerances really tight so that it wouldn't shift and move on me. This is going to slide down over top of here, and then this little arm will be activated when this little pin comes up. And then I've got adjustment in height here. There's a dovetail that I've drawn into the model, and I can slide this up and down. You'll notice there's also some screw holes in here. That is so that I can, after I slide this in place and adjust this dovetail slide up and down, get to the final position of where this switch is activated at maximum height, where I want the motors to shut off. Then I'll put some grub screws in all of these locations to hold all this equipment and keep it from shifting.
Oh.
All right, I've got it all apart, and it looks like it is not lasers. It's some sort of magnetic sensor, and there must be a, I don't know if you can, oh, there you go, you can see in there. So it's just the pin that comes down, and then when this comes up, there must be some sort of an interference with that solid stainless. But there you go.
like I designed it. Not bad, huh? Pretty fancy. You see Kim staring at me in frame right over there?
You're so clever.
All right. There's the sensor. Screwed in down there. And the way it looks on the bottom is like this. So it's screwed in through the bottom with those 2 number 6 screws, and then the plunger is allowed to free flow in and out of the hole. Now I've got to wire up, basically this is going to be like a 3-way switch between the interrupting switch. So what that's going to do is when I lift the tender lift up, when this switch closes, it will disconnect the circuit and stop the motors from moving only on the upward position. That's the plan, at least. While I'm doing tender work, Kim's up here plugging holes in the boat because she hates holes so much she's plugging them. What kind of holes are you plugging, Kim?
Well, the speaker holes. So sadly, I have to admit, and it's not even sadly, we're not going to wire them up and hook them up to the head unit right now because that is a project for much later, and it can be done literally anywhere in the world. So the bigger important thing is to get these holes plugged up, put the speakers in them, and then the speaker boxes are out of storage and we don't have extra crap just laying around. So
we don't have, as you can see over there, Dr. Shrink.
It's really ugly. So this will not only make it pretty, but also get rid of extra stuff.
So we took the old speakers out because they're dead, and we were so short-sighted that we just left them out and just taped over the holes instead of just leaving the speakers in until we replaced them. Stupid.
Definitely not the smartest thing in the world, but it's okay. Because
Why am I dark? Because I got a tan.
No, you're in the shadow. No, the camera actually needs to be the other direction, but
How's this?
Oh, that's better. You're in the light.
I'm in the light.
It's way better. Pretty.
It's now 4:15 in the afternoon, and like any 5-minute boat project, it's taken all day. So
All day? This is a third day on this project.
it's not really 3 whole days, but I have my cool little brackets installed. We have tested the limit switches, so when you activate them by hand, it shuts off the lift. So now I have set the limit switches all the way down, so as soon as the lift gets anywhere close, it's going to turn off. We're slowly going to move up those limit switches until it reaches the exact spot where we can nice and easy close this lock. Just like that. So we'll put you up in the corner so you can watch this happen, but there's going to be a lot of up and down motion. Kim will figure it out.
Your mounting brackets for the camera are gone because I installed speakers.
Nobody likes a bragger, Kim.
I got my job done.
Well, help me finish my job.
Okay.
Ready? Yep. Okay, let's try it again.
Like butter.
Okay, let's do it again. All right.
All right, she's open.
All right, down.
Down.
Up. And lock it.
She said, stop.
Yeah, that's how that shit works. Yeah.
You're so proud of yourself. Yeah.
I am so very proud of myself. And it's not going to over torque the boat.
No.
So I can go like this.
And then drop it like they recommend.
Right, and then go back up. Now lift it.
Oh, that is nice.
I love that. Okay.
Yay, we can check that off the list. So for our next big project, we are going to do ceiling panels in the salon and galley, which have been really just tattered, destroyed, and properly. Yeah, that's what I said. So Sid has most of them at her house already. We took them down a long time ago.
The ones that wouldn't stay on the ceiling,
right,
we left at her house.
These are the perimeter pieces. So for the most part, we have all of the shapes and sizes that we need. We just have to use these as templates and make new ones and then put the new vinyl on, new Velcro, new snaps, and we'll have ceiling panels. So
It'll look like a boat again.
Big project. It's gonna take all of us. And Maddie hurt herself.
I'm real bad.
All right, let's go.